in this particular video, I'm going to share 3 pro tips which you need to incorporate in your sales process so that you get very good, high quality clients. The first pro tip which I want to give is you have to make client acquisition, the process how you get the client, a little tough. So you have to not make the things easy for people to purchase. You have to make things tough for people to purchase from you. You have to make things difficult for people to purchase from you. Okay, if you make things too easy for people to purchase from you, you will get very poor quality clients. Okay, cheap quality clients. So this is what I do. I have a course called as Mastering Watercolor Realism, and entering into that particular program is really tough for people. Okay, what they have to do? First, they have to watch my webinar. They have to watch my 2 hours webinar. That 2 hours webinar they are watching itself is so tough for people, right? You know, like they have to sit and they have to listen to me, they have to watch me. And if they are not watching the webinar, I ask them to go through 2 hours of rigorous training. So they go through that training, that is a free training. They go through that training and they cannot even talk directly with me unless and until they go through that training. So they go through that training, and if they say that, Meeta, you know, I cannot watch that training, I don't talk to them, because that makes me feel that they are not action takers. They are poor quality people. I don't work with poor quality people, right? So first they watch that 2 hours training. Then I ask them to watch many case study videos, like 14, 15, 16 case study videos. So I ask them to watch them. And if a person is saying, Meeta, I just watched 2. I said, okay, go and watch all the others. So they watch them. Why? If a person is really planning to become a professional watercolor artist, and that is my course is all about. So in that case, that person should be so having that curiosity that how other people are getting the skills and the knowledge, and what can I do and what cannot I do, right? So if a person is not having that curiosity, that passion to learn things, okay, in that case, I feel that that person does not deserve my teaching. That person is not for me. Okay, so I really reject that person. So I make it very difficult for a person to join my program. So first I ask them to go through a 2 hours rigorous training. Then rigorous in the sense that they have to sit and they have to watch complete 2 hours. After that, they have to watch several other videos, case study videos. Then they apply. So they actually fill up a form. Either they fill up a form, then they watch the training, or they watch the training and then fill up a form. So they mandatorily fill up a form. And then they have a call with me, which is a 10 minutes call with me, which is called as a triage call. So I call them and ask them, are you this kind of person? Do you have this kind of requirement? Do you have this kind of problem? Now, if they say, yeah, I have this kind of problem, I have this kind of issues, this is what is my requirement. And if I feel that, yeah, I can really help them, then I ask them to have a 1 hour meeting with me. Okay, that is a 1 hour valuable meeting. It is not waste meeting. It is not a sales meeting. It is just, I'm asking that person a lot of questions. That person is getting a lot of clarity. And at the end, I'm taking a decision that, is this person a good fit for working with me? Is my program a good fit for helping that person? It should be both ways. It should not be one way. If a person is making me feel that, yes, this person is really good fit to work with me, and if I feel that my course is really good fit for that person, then and then only I ask that person that, okay, take a decision. Would you like to join this program? And that person has to take a decision immediately. Now, if a person says that, you know, I will have to think about it, I will have to talk to my husband and all that, I don't work with that person. Okay, because just imagine if a person wants to become a professional artist and the person has to have asked that husband or the wife or somebody else, then that person is not motivated enough to get that desire, their desire to get that information, that knowledge, that training is not strong enough. And if I have that kind of person inside my course, that person will not get that kind of result because that person is not motivated enough to get that result. Okay, so I make it really tough. Like even if that person is my friend, even if that person is my family member, I make it really tough. That is pro tip number 1. Pro tip number 2 is you need to have a very deep level understanding of what kind of person is suitable for purchasing your product, so that if you happen to meet that person, you immediately understand that this is the person who is suitable for my program or for my painting or whatever. Your criteria should be very well defined. This is called as having a ideal client avatar. Some of my students, like initially, not always, they say, ma'am, but they are not willing to purchase. I say that they are not your ideal clients. If a person is not willing to purchase, they are not your ideal clients, and you're getting confused. You're wasting your time with them, talking to them, because you don't have a clear picture in your mind what kind of client is ideal for your program or ideal for your paintings. Okay, so let's say you are talking to a person who is not earning a lot of money. How can that person is able to purchase a painting? So it is misunderstanding or even trying to sell to everyone. You don't sell to everyone. You sell to those people who want, and you sell to those people who really deserves what you're selling. I have a big, huge list of these are the things which I'm looking for in a person in order to help that person. I can only help these people if they meet all this criteria. So first of all, I have written Mastering Watercolor Realism, Perfect Client Avatar. So my perfect client avatar is a woman. My perfect client avatar is not a man. And why not? Because I find it way easier to deal with women than with men. It is not like I cannot teach men. It is not like I don't want to teach men, but my perfect client avatar is a woman. Okay, my perfect client avatar is a working woman. Now, why not a non-working woman? Do I have students who are not working and still are my students? Yes, they do have. If they are good with all the other things, but just miss 1 or 2 things, in that case, I allow them to be in my program. But if a lot many other things are not matching, in that case, I don't allow that person to be in my program, first of all. So if the person is working or not, so I prefer to work with working people. Why? That is because working people, they know that they can invest. Okay, they are not totally dependent upon their spouse for the money part. I do have students who are not working, but those are the people who know that they need to invest in themselves. I do not talk to people who don't want to invest in learning how to paint with watercolors in order to become a professional artist. Do I have people who talk to me and who don't want to invest? Yes, but I don't spend my time talking to them at all. If a person says that I don't want to invest, I don't spend time talking to them, because if a person wants to become a professional artist and that person cannot invest in themselves, how come that person is even thinking about becoming a professional artist, even thinking about acquiring all the knowledge, all the skill, all the mindset, all the attitude to become a professional artist? It is impossible, right? So if a person is not ready and willing to invest in themselves, that person is going to suffer in the future. So I don't talk to that person if the person is not willing to invest. Okay. Deep interest in art. If the person is saying, I don't know, I'm not sure, I don't talk to that person. If a person is saying, watercolor is my hobby, I don't know whether I want to become professional, I don't talk to that person either. I only have a detailed talk with a person if a person is having a deep desire in art and want to become, I'm not saying like to become, or I am not saying wish to become, I'm saying want to become. If a person wants to become a watercolor artist, then that person is suitable for me. This is pro tip number 3. Make sure that you are findable on social media. See, if you write like Meeta Dani, you will see a lot of things coming up. Can you see that? Lot of things coming up. And if you see videos, there are a lot of videos. If you see images, there are a lot of images, right? So why it is important? If you are thinking about getting premium quality people, then you must understand that a premium quality people will actually check if you are a genuine seller. And how they will check if you are a genuine seller or not? They will go and search it on Google. If you think that you must work with premium quality people and not cheap people and not people who crave for free stuff, you need to implement these pro tips. Number one is make it difficult for people to purchase from you. Specifically, if your price point is high, if you are selling premium quality things. And if you are selling cheap things, it doesn't matter. All these points, whatever I'm saying, doesn't matter. Okay, if you're selling a $1 stuff, $2 stuff, $50 stuff, $100 stuff, whatever I'm sharing doesn't matter, right? Second tip is understand and evaluate people whom you're working with. I interview prospects, I interview my existing clients to find out who are my best quality clients. Which kind of clients I have given heavy amount of result. What was their mindset before joining my program? How can I identify that this person is like my ideal client? So if they have all these wants, then I can help them. But if a person is not having that wants, and then I cannot help them, right? Same goes for art status. The person may not have the drawing skills. The person may not have the painting skills right now. But the person must be seriously thinking about becoming a professional artist. Are you getting my point? So it is all about mindset. So these are the 3 tips. Always make things tough for people to purchase from you if you are trying to sell anything which is premium. Second tip, understand your client avatar, ideal client avatar, ins and outs. What should be their demographics? What should be their psychographics? Understand everything about it. Okay, and only look out for people who match those demographics and psychographics. Do not sell people if they don't match the demographics and psychographics of your ideal client. Okay, third pro tip is become super findable on social media, on Google. If you are not findable, people will not be able to connect with you even if they want to. And the bonus tip, you cannot get premium clients if you are not a premium client yourself. Okay, take care. Bye-bye. See you.